Hi everyone, so the Out of Books readathon started today and I have finished my first book. So I have a book review for you guys because I'm really trying to stay on top of writing reviews during this readathon, unlike the other readathons I've done. So today I'm here with my review of Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I just knew right away that I definitely had to start with this book. It's been on my shelf for months and I've seen nothing but amazing reviews about this book, and I just really wanted to find out what all the fuss was about, and holy crap, is this book amazing. Seriously, when I finished it I just sat there and I was like, why didn't I read this sooner? Why didn't I pick it up? It's been there for ages, and why didn't you just pick it up, Samantha? Why didn't you pick it up? But I'm so glad that I finally started reading this series, and yes, it's amazing. So this is set in a nation called Ravka, where something called the Shadowfold is completely destroying the kingdom basically. It's like this big cloud of black stuff that no one can see through, and there are some pretty horrible monsters in it. So our main character Alina is on her way to the Shadowfold with her group of the army, and it's when they're making their crossing through the Shadowfold that Alina discovers that she has a power, and basically right after that she discovers that she's a Grisha. Now Grishas are supposed to be found when they're young and they're supposed to be sent to school, but for some reason Alina's powers never showed themselves when she was younger and they only manifested when she was in trouble. So then Alina is taken back to the Little Palace, which is where the Darkling lives with all the other Grishas, and Alina finds herself attracted to the Darkling because he is a very charismatic character. He believes that Alina is the saviour and together they are going to defeat the Shadowfold. Alina can't fight her attraction for him, but she's also still thinking about her childhood best friend Mal, who she's been separated from now, and she really can't stop thinking about him. So yes, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this book. So not only does this book have one of the most beautiful covers ever, it has one of the most beautifully written stories inside it. I didn't expect it to be as amazing as it was. I seriously couldn't put it down. It only took me a couple of hours to finish reading actually. I think I started at about 10 o'clock, something like that, and I finished it around about 2 o'clock. It was just amazing, and everything about the storyline was gripping and intriguing, and I just flew through it. Alina was an amazing main character. I just really loved her. At the start she was just this normal girl, and then suddenly, like that, her life changes and she's thrust into the Grisha world. And not only is she thrust into the Grisha world, it turns out that she is an extremely unique Grisha. She is a sun summoner, which means that she can like control light and make lots of light. That's a very poor way of describing it, but that is basically what she can do. So she gets swept up in this world and she really believes that her and the Darkling are going to work together to save the kingdom. She trains, learns to control her powers, and becomes an even more amazing character. She was powerful, confident, and just so happy. I loved seeing her happy and feeling like she fit in for once, and yeah, it was really nice to see her like that. And then we have the Darkling. Like I said, the Darkling is a very charming character. He was so charismatic that I found myself being extremely drawn to him, just like Alina and the rest of the Grishas. He oozed power and I just let myself be completely won over by him. He seemed to genuinely care about helping Alina and helping save the kingdom, so yeah, I just kind of fell for him. Like really badly fell for him. And then when we found out the secret about the Darkling, it felt like I'd been smacked in the face by a wall. I just didn't see it coming because I've been so drawn in by him, because he's just this charismatic, powerful character and you can't help but like him. And then that happens and I was like, no, it can't be true. No, I don't believe it. And then I saw what he could do and my feelings for him did a complete 180. So yeah, he was a perfect villain because I didn't know he was a villain for most of the time, and I was pretty distraught finding out that he was a villain. I never expected to care so much about a villain in my entire life, but I do. And although I hate him for what he did at the end of this book, I'm kind of sort of really looking forward to seeing him again in the next book. I never really got a good feel for Mal at the start because there wasn't enough time to get to know him before everything happened with Alina and the Darkling. So the only thing I got from Mal was that he was a really good friend for Alina, and he didn't see that Alina really liked him. That was all I got at the start. And then when he first reappeared in the book, I didn't like him because of the way he spoke to Alina. And yeah, I know that he was upset, but still, he didn't need to talk to her like that. But it wasn't until the last couple of chapters when Alina and Mal were together that I really started to get to know Mal and really like him. He was such a sweet and caring character. He would have travelled all across the world to get Alina and save her and protect her. And I just fell for him completely, and he just completely captured my heart when he revealed all of that, and I really loved him and Alina together. They're so cute, and I can't wait to actually see their relationship develop in the next book. I'm really also hoping that I'll get to see Genya again in the next book, because her and Alina were really good friends, and yeah, I just really liked Genya, so I'm hoping that her and Alina will have a reunion in the next one and maybe everything will turn out okay. The world of the Grisha was so fascinating and intriguing that I just couldn't put this book down, and that's why I managed to fly through it. I really enjoyed learning about the different types of Grisha and what each of them could do. It was very interesting learning about that, and I also really adored seeing the demonstrations of their powers that they did at the King's Banquet, especially seeing Alina and the Darkling work together, because that was just amazing. But then we also had the Darkling's revelation, Alina's badass powers, and the big clash between the two of them at the end that had been building up and came to a head, and the ending almost had me in tears because of one specific thing that I thought was going to happen, and I was about to go off my head if it didn't happen, but thankfully it doesn't. So after that, I'm really looking forward to reading the next book now. There's going to be a lot going on in that one as well, so I'm pretty excited. Overall, this was just such an amazing and unique novel. I haven't read many fantasy YA novels, but of the ones I have read, this one is possibly my favourite. I will definitely be getting my hands on the next book as soon as possible so that I can read more about Alina and the Darkling. So this book definitely got a 5 out of 5 stars from me. So that was my review of Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Bye everyone.